boys. I could do that.
Do what?
Bring in beer. You could sign up for a ship headed to Nam, drop off a few brews.
The greatest beer run ever is unlike any other Vietnam-era film you've ever seen. This true-life story focuses on a young, unenlisted man with the most unique mission: bring his friends who are serving overseas their favorite American beer.
It was just fascinating. I really got kind of the sort of education on the Vietnam War that I don't think anyone could have possibly ever really had before. It's the perspective of a civilian that is kind of driven over there to reach out to his friends and remind him that they're still supporting him.
The film also co-stars Bill Murray and Russell Crowe as the story explores the turbulent times that were the Vietnam era, with many young Americans at home turning their backs on not just the war, but the soldiers overseas. This narrative is an interesting choice for director Peter Farrelly, who became a household name for films like Dumb and Dumber and Something About Mary.
Peter, I've been looking at your filmography. It seems that you're coming over to the journalistic side, drawing more from real life stories. What's going on? Why is that happening? Are you falling in love with true life, with history?
It's not a conscious effort to do that. Honestly, it's just that the last two stories I heard, Green Book and this one, yeah, I loved, and I thought I want to make that movie. And it's just like Something About Mary was a script that friends of ours had written years earlier, Ed Decter, John Strauss, and I read that and I thought, oh, there's a movie here. I don't know, it's what the universe brings me, and I'm open to it.
You think it's as simple as that? And I think there may be a lesson for folks. If you feel drawn to it, if there's a connection, don't question that.
If you're forcing something that doesn't feel right, I don't know how good it could be, but if you're doing something, no matter how ludicrous it may seem, but it's in your heart, things work out. And I always talk about this, like when I became a writer in my mid-20s, I moved to LA and it was out of nowhere. I was an accounting major in college. It made no sense. My first roommate was Woody Harrelson.
No.
Cheers yet, and it's like then I meet this guy, then that guy, my agent, and life unfolds for you, but it's because I followed my heart.
We're gonna run for our lives.
While Farrelly's last two films have been Oscar-winning Green Book, and now this, his comedic resume is still legendary, especially in my house.
Peter, I've got to tell you real quick, I was just on the phone with my mom. She's going to kill me. You were responsible for two of her major parenting fails. One was we were young, we were at a drive-through movie, and the third film was Something About Mary. I have never seen a minivan peel out of a driveway faster. The second was, I think I was 8 or 9, and she took me to Kingpin with her coworkers. I learned a hand gesture during that film that the landlord did that I don't think I was supposed to know at that time. So yeah, my mom really messed up with you.
I'm sorry.
And critics are calling Efron's performance in The Greatest Beer Run Ever one of his best. A sentiment echoed by his director, who was also a fan of the actor's real-life stash for the movie.
Zach, when you had the mustache, did it change the way you moved through the world? Were you a different person?
I didn't really feel that way, but it kind of came across that way.
It was a great mustache.
Yeah,
that's a full-class mustache, a real mustache too.
Actually, I remember after growing it in Thailand, I showed up on set and Pete looked at me. He was like, "Is that real?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, all right." Okay,
it was so bushy. I couldn't believe he could grow one that fast.
Yeah, well, I think that mustache is getting an Oscar. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. And I can't wait to talk to my mom after this interview.
Okay, tell her I said hi and I'm sorry.